Each day, the oath is renewed. A city to serve, to protect, selfless, committed, well aware of the required duty and the attendant risk, knowing no promise of return home at day's end. For 571 officers, their final day was marked by a defining sacrifice. A sacrifice that requires a solemn and collective promise. We will never forget. Sergeant Alan Haymaker will be remembered for his sacrifice and for a life that radiated faith and family. Compassionate, committed, devoted to his wife and 3 daughters. Sergeant Haymaker was responding to an early morning burglary in progress when he was involved in a fatal car accident. At home, his family awoke to a ringing doorbell.
You know, I jumped out of bed and ran to it and discovered that there were 2 officers out there, and they told us that we needed to come to the hospital, that he'd been in an accident. I don't know, I just had this feeling in my gut that it wasn't going to be okay.
My mom called and said, "You need to come and bring me down," and so I did, and then just that morning was just kind of like,
I had a chance to say goodbye.
He was responding to a burglary in progress call and just protecting, and just that it's what they're called to do, and if they're not there, then who will?
He was a great man of faith, and he was one to always let people know what he believed and share his faith. Our family, we knew where he was when he left us. We know that we will see him again. It's the people who make the foundation what it is. From the very beginning, they have been there for us. Not just activity-wise, but the support that they are there for other things, schooling. You know, Elise, the youngest, with her schooling, they have just been wonderful with that.
And just having that support and just having them emotionally, and then just, it's like a family, it really is. And so that's really been a great blessing for us.
If we need anything, you know, we know that they're going to be there.
10 years ago, a city was inspired. A challenge met. A dream fulfilled.
3, 2, 1.
A decade of community building, compassion, and commitment. Keeping sacred the vow we will never forget.
And if you could go back to any one of those police officers their last day of work and say to them, you know, you're not going home today, their thing to you would be, take care of my family. And that's what that never forget means to me, is that we're never going to forget the sacrifice that not only that police officer made, but his family has made, and we're going to be there for the family.
Officer John Piggott suffered serious injuries when he and his partner encountered a man with a kidnapped child in a parked car.
I step to the driver's side, tell him, let me see your hands, and pull out my weapon. He puts his car in reverse, backs up 20 or 30 feet, looks me directly in the eye, puts it in drive, turns the vehicle towards me, starts heading towards me, puts me on the hood of the car. I have my weapon in one hand. The only thing I could do is I reach up, I grab the windshield wiper, and I hold on. He's speeding probably out 40, 50 miles per hour. I point the gun at him. I fire 4 shots. He then crashes into a pole. My foot is caught in between the pole and the car, crushes my foot completely, throws me 20 feet over. I land on the ground, shatter my ribs on my right side, and I'm unconscious. My partner is screaming, "John, you okay? John, you okay?" He has the baby in his arms. So far after the incident, I've had 3 surgeries. After each surgery, I've been laid up, unable to walk for a few months. And then therapy, they're talking about doing a 4th surgery.
He wants to get back to work, bad. I mean, I think it's hard when he keeps hearing that he can't.
You laugh, you have fun. I miss it. I really do, and I miss being on the street helping people.
Faced with a loss of income, the Piggott family could no longer afford tuition for their neighborhood school. The Chicago Police Memorial Foundation stepped forward to assist.
Never thought I would need it, and when I did finally need it, they volunteered. I didn't have to go seeking it. It saved our family.
It's meant a lot for the kids. I mean, they were able to keep their friends. I think that would have been the hardest part for them, to have to switch schools and kind of start over.
I just want to let you guys know that it really means a lot. I have 4 children, and without the help of the memorial, we would have been in a bad spot. And I really appreciate all the help you've given me.
As we mark a decade of dedication to the ideal that our fallen and injured heroes will never be forgotten, let us also recommit to all who proudly wear a star, uphold the oath, and serve and protect a city. What will we do to protect our most selfless servants?